Welcome to you Around the Peninsula. I'm Army Staff Sergeant Sunshine Garcia Bibian. Whether you're spontaneous or prefer a more structured life, your personality can affect your choices. Sergeant Mark Breha takes us to a class that's helping families understand their personalities and each other.
T, I, M, and R, just 4 letters used to describe an entire person. It's those same 4 letters that bring Area 4 families to the Camp Walker Chapel. Everyone grabs some food and takes a seat for the Real Life Management course to begin.
Real Life Management is a system that we use to help us understand how people make choices in the areas of money, health, and relationships. But as we get into the training, we really begin to look at people's choices in those 3 areas and how they communicate out of their pattern.
Using a simple survey, everyone finds their score and shows it off on their table for all to see.
I'm more of a party person than a time management person, so I like to party more than I like to plan.
For James Polk, this wasn't his first time taking the course. This time, he learned something new about him and his wife.
That was the biggest learning thing that I've learned this time, is the fact that me and my wife both are IT. Again, we're very sporadic and we like structure, so it's pretty cool.
Reporting from Camp Walker, Korea, I'm Army Sergeant Mark Breha.
Chaplain Cook is just one of 57 certified trainers who can teach this class across the Army. If you or your unit are tired of the way you conduct sharp training, then Sergeant Alcantar has the facilities for you.
Most of us dread PowerPoint presentations. On Camp Hovie, the 2ID Sharp 360 facility has a different approach toward sharp training.
This is a place to take your training to another level. If you really want to help your soldiers and your leaders, they really need to work through complex problems and learn from each other. And this facility gives them the environment to do that.
You know you're not supposed to have something up like that, man. Anybody over here could be offended by that.
Sit down, man.
Yeah.
We have 3 vignette rooms and 2 classrooms. The idea being that the 3 vignette rooms simulate scenarios where you might encounter sharp-related challenges or dilemmas. The classrooms are ideal for mobile training teams, AARs, or annual 350-1 training. The 2ID Sharp 360 facility is located at Camp Hovie, next to the library and the old education center. We're open 5 days a week. We encourage all units to come down here and check it out.
Army Sergeant Anthony Alcantar, Camp Hovie, Korea.
Hey, what are you doing, girl?
The 2ID Sharp 360 facility is available to all units, including units outside of Area 1. The phrase "nothing but net" doesn't just apply to the basketball court. Senior Airman Taylor West takes us to a competition where groups are building more than just teamwork.
When most people think of shooting hoops, they think of doing it with their hands, not with a robotic arm. The students from Kinnick High School at Yokosuka, Japan, join in a new version of the game with their robot competing in the Korea National Championship.
Coming out here has been really important to the kids because it's given them a goal to work towards. They're always having fun building the robots, but to have something like this, a destination and a reason to be doing it, been really fun to see.
The students have been working for months preparing for this day, dedicating hours after school to figure out the most efficient way to see their robot shoot nothing but net.
We had a whole bunch of problems with it at first, but then when we all put our minds together, we got it working and worked out.
They've really come together as a team recently, which has been really great to see. And their skills have gotten much more advanced from their first robot. I think it's going to be something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
But this competition isn't just rewarding for the students.
This is my first year as a teacher, and taking on a project like this, coaching a robotics team for the first time, it's been really great to see the kids pick up this challenge, run with it, to see their teamwork really come through, the way they've learned to support each other, help each other, and put together something that actually works and is competitive. It's a lot of fun.
Senior Airman Taylor West, Gwacheon Science Museum, Korea.
Additional funding for this trip was supported by the Yokosuka Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Center, helping the students meet their end goal. Finding things to do and ways to interact with your kids can be difficult for some parents. That's not the case for the parents of Cub Scouts at USAG Humphreys. Senior Airman Emma Mann tells us more.
For many Cub Scouts, the Pinewood Derby is a rite of passage. The Cub Scouts of the U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys community put their wheels to the test.
It's an event that started back in the early 50s. It's been going on for about 60 years, and it was originally designed to be an event geared towards the father and son spending time together, building their cars so that they could race.
Father and son worked together to make the fastest and most efficient car using the original Pinewood kit. The car must be no longer than 7 inches or heavier than 5 ounces.
Kids get to have a lot of fun. They learn about how to build things. They learn competitiveness. They also learn good sportsmanship, because you're going to have a winner, you're going to have a loser. We have trophies that they race for ultimately at the end, things like that, to give them credit for what they did, because some of the boys put a lot of work into these cars.
Pinewood Derbies take place all over the world, and for now, this tradition will continue to teach kids valuable lessons in hard work and sportsmanship. Senior Airman Emma Mahan, U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys, Korea.
Over 25 Humphreys Cub Scouts participated in this year's Pinewood Derby. Due to a recent merge, the faces of the Air Force staff on Kunsan Air Base that ensure your mail gets to you on time has changed. This merge has enabled one airman to discover strengths he never knew he had.
Where's that going to?
Home.
4 assignments and 11 years in, Staff Sergeant Jonathan Ornelas, a personnel administrator, is learning new aspects of his job thanks to a recent merge.
I get to do something that was once special duty, but now it's part of our career field, so it's something I've never done before. Besides helping manage everything that we do at the post office, I reorganized this facility, which is the official mail center.
He also came up with a solution for the official mail center. After a customer complained about a missing package, Staff Sergeant Ornelas took action, and now the center uses the same tracking system as the main post office.
Every package is now accounted for, and it allows us easier tracking in our system to know who actually physically picked that package up and when it got delivered. This is one of the things that I actually feel like I really know how to do, and I'm really interested, because even though it's day-to-day, it's pretty much the same, it actually is very rewarding, and you learn a lot of things that I didn't even know about the post office.
This new job situation has given him a new set of skills, and he is motivated to ensure timely deliveries to customers.
How much, man?
From Kunsan Air Base, I'm Army Sergeant Julie Yeager.
Staff Sergeant Jonathan Ornelas started the official mail manager position back in June 2015. The March on Washington may have happened in 1963, but the meaning behind it still lives on in the hearts of many, and one in particular who has a dream of his own.
In honor of Martin Luther King Day, Kunsan came together to celebrate diversity, and for Chief Master Sergeant Paul S. Thomas Jr., it was especially meaningful.
Initially coming in, I came into the military in 1989, and I had a sense of how hard it was to be successful in any environment, especially being an African American. So we have come a long way. We still got a ways to go, but we've made strides.
Strides that brought airmen from across the base to recreate the March on Washington.
It brought a sense of pride that even in the cold weather, that people will come out and support an event, support each other, rally together. I can't wait until we no longer have events like this. That in America, I'm no longer looked as being an African American, but I'm just looked as being an American. I would love it when we in our country will start calling each other American.
Senior Airman Elizabeth Toronto, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Leading the charge into African American History Month, Chief Master Sergeant Paul S. Thomas Jr. continues to be a role model for military members service-wide. That was your Around the Peninsula for this week. To see these stories and others, go to the AFN Pacific website or view them through the AFN Pacific app. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.